Now, on January the 1st, Central News will be 30 years old. And during that time, we've covered thousands of stories from every corner of the Midlands. Even Bob Warman can't remember them all, but now anyone can take a look back at the huge selection of them, thanks to the Media Archive for Central England.
M.A.C.E has been carefully cataloguing our footage from way back when we were known as ATV Midlands News. And today they moved into a new home. Andy Bevan has been taking a stroll down what we call Library Lane.
In days of old, when news was told and colour wasn't invented, 'twas every night in black and white, but folks were still contented. In fact, when ATV started providing an alternative to BBC local news from its Alpha studios in Birmingham back in 1956, it was an instant success. ATV Midlands News and 2 years later the weekly magazine Midlands Montage became windows on the region, recording everything from German visitors to Coventry Cathedral, only 16 years after its near destruction by Nazi bombers, to Nottingham's annual Goose Fair, although all the fun of the fair in those days was, well, a little silent. Plenty of noise this afternoon, though, at the official opening of M.A.C.E.'s new home within the University of Lincoln. The archive took advantage of government funding to move from its previous base in Leicester, and the team jumped at the chance to create a permanent home for their 70,000 clips of film and video.
So it's fantastic, we've got this permanent home, we've got the archive right here, and that means that members of the public can have real access to this through our website and through the outreach work we do, community work we do, exhibitions, so it's fantastic.
In October 1964, ATV Today was born, 15 minutes every weekday evening following the national news. In 1970, it became one of the first regional news programmes broadcast in colour, and within a few years, 3 million people a night were tuning in for big news and sports stories like the return of Derby County manager Brian Clough to Nottingham Forest.
You took 10,000 fans away from Forest when you took over at Derby. Can you bring them back again to Forest?
Well, I would hope to get a few back.
For sea change events like the introduction of robots to the production line at British Leyland's Longbridge. And for local opinion on the big talking points of the day, like this chap.
That's something different in a way to look at.
We haven't looked him all over yet. Oh, like his red eyes.
M.A.C.E. also holds material from private collections dating back to 1898. This home movie has young Leicester bikers trying to impress their mates with some amateur stunt riding. And a family trip to the seaside in 1961, narrated by legendary newsreader Richard Baker, and called We Chose Skegness.
As usual, I was busy taking films. This shows the South Bracing or Outer Promenade, overlooking the sands and the sea.
But there's one rarity M.A.C.E. doesn't have. It's something I recorded on my home video when I was a lad. It's the final edition of ATV Today, the 31st of December 1981. I think they should have it here, don't you? Especially as the entire programme was given over to the trial of reporter John Swallow, put in the dock for his outrageous behaviour on the streets of the Midlands for more than 15 years.
How many times a day do you think about sex?
The prosecutor, of course, needs no introduction.
Well, not just content with inflicting yourself on the general public, Swallow. When it comes to animals, you're like a red rag to a bull, even a donkey. Wait, whoa, whoa. Jump the down. Whoop.
Absolutely perfectly safe.
All right. Oh! Oh! Oh, get off! Oh, that's enough! Get off!
John sadly died in 2008, but his work lives on, and so affectionately is he remembered that a room here at M.A.C.E. has been named after him. As the man himself would have said,
Good heavens, whatever next, eh? Incredible, isn't it?
Bringing M.A.C.E. to the University of Lincoln is a fantastic resource for scholarship and also for film researchers, but also for the public. It's a publicly accessible resource.
So much has changed since 1956. Whoever thought this was a good idea for a car park? Many faces have come and gone or moved on to pastures new. M.A.C.E. shows Midlands history in the making, the good, the bad, the ugly and the unforgettable. And as our current guise turns 30 on New Year's Day, we'll end with a glimpse of how we became part of that story.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The toast is Central News.
Andy Bevan, Central News.
Brilliant.
We've started everybody off now, haven't we? Saying, do you remember?
Remember that.
Now, if you do want to see more from the archives for yourself, head to itv.com/central, where you'll find a link to the M.A.C.E. archive website. Enjoy.
Yes. Now, time for the weather. Emma has joined us. Emma, it's cold.
It's very cold. It's going to get colder as well, and we've got some weather warnings in place at the moment. You've got yellow, you've got amber, you've got red. We're on amber at the moment, which means be prepared. There are lots of details on the website. Obviously, the weather's coming up in a moment, but on the highways.gov.uk/winter, they've got so many details about how to look after yourself, how to look after your car, how to drive in this weather, which of course is so important. We are expecting snow, particularly in the West Midlands tomorrow, but also some wintry showers in the east.
OK, Emma, thank you for that. You go off and get ready for your forecast. You know what? It's going to be a shock when it arrives, isn't it?
It really is. Not looking forward to it.
Oh dear. Well, here is Emma with the weather forecast.
Turkeys can't fly babies, but you and I both can. I'll be visiting friends and festive places. It's my Christmas master plan.
Right then, I know the Peak District straddles both the West and the East Midlands, but this is what the weather's going to be like at higher levels over the next 24 hours. The low pressure we were focusing on for tonight is going to bring us, instead of disruptive winds, it's going to bring us a real wintry mix. And by that, I don't mean another X Factor band. I mean that we are going to see some snow over the next 24 hours. So let's take a look. The first part of tonight is going to be wet. Very wet. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, these showers are going to start turning into sleet and snow. At higher levels, we're expecting 10 centimetres of accumulations. Even at lower levels, 2 to 4 centimetres of snow. And this could all cause quite a bit of travel disruption. First thing in the morning, around about 6 o'clock, we are expecting snow to be lying on the ground. Please do drive according to the conditions and take care. Now, depending on what you've got underfoot, if it's slush, if it's snow, it doesn't really matter, actually. That's all going to melt into the afternoon. But then it'll cause problems refreezing. And we're expecting icy stretches on Friday night and some frost as well. In fact, a couple of frosty, icy nights overnight Saturday into Sunday, and also some wintry showers into the northwest again on Saturday. Bye-bye.
ITV Regional Weather with BeMyBaby.com.
And that's it from us. We'll say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.